Hi Sagittarius, I'm Anisha. You can write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. You can also visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com, and this is your annual forecast for 2016. Sagittarians, we have quite an exciting year for you. We have Uranus that has been there in a part of your chart that is all about love, romance, creativity, and children. And Uranus has been in this part of your chart since the last couple of years, and it carries on being there till about March 2019. Now Uranus he's a wild boy. He's the teen planet of astrology. So everything that has to do with unpredictability, whether it is chaos, recklessness, these are the things that are normally associated with the Uranian energy. However, being inspired and even the newer technology that is there also gets covered under Uranus. Now, Uranus being there in your house of creativity, love, and romance, especially, you're going to be seeking things or even people that are really unusual, experiences that are really different from the norm. You yourself could be behaving in quite an unpredictable way as far as your closest relationships are concerned. It can be that you could find yourself being attracted to people who are really unique, who are unconventional, who are, and even though for some of you the growing up could have been in a very traditional way, it could have been in a very conventional way, but now you will find that you are being attracted to people who are radically different, who break all norms, and who are very creative as well. So it's also a lovely time till 2019. You're going to be expressing yourself quite well, Sagittarians. You are going to be, and especially if you like somebody, you're not sort of going to be keeping quiet about it. Those Sagittarians, of course, you're not the most tactful zodiac, let's put it this way. But as far as emotions are concerned, and even though otherwise you are one of the most free-spirited, space-loving zodiac that is there, but with the Uranian energy, you are going to be you're going to be talking a lot about love. You're going to be expressing yourself, be it with your children, be it with your partner, your lover. In fact, people could get quite surprised at where is this coming from. Normally he or she is somebody who's very chilled and likes to do their own thing. But people around you will find all of a sudden that you have become this person who's really expressing himself or herself and talking about love and generally doing the nicer things, I would say. And the Uranus being there, it can also be because it also rules, this house also rules children. It can be that your children could be behaving quite erratically during this time, and you can find your own relationship changing with them. In certain cases, I think it's just that the children are growing up and you are having to sort of adjust yourself along with them. So it can be just a sense of being uncomfortable where the change is required. So don't worry too much about it. We have Pluto that is there in your house of earning income, and it's been there since 2008, and it carries on being there till 2023. Now the Pluto transit over here, besides getting more deeper understanding about how it is that you feel about money, or how it is that you relate your sense of self with the kind of money that you're earning, Pluto is going to be digging in deep, and it's going to be asking you the question as to what is it that makes you secure, what is it that gives you security as far as your finances are concerned. And Pluto is a god of underworld. He tends to go really dig deep everything from under below and bring it out on the surface for examination. Now Pluto, especially during this particular transit for you in your house of finances, is going to be making you experience that how it is that you relate your sense of worth with the amount of money that you have in bank. And somewhere Pluto is going to ask you to sort of leave control. Maybe some of you are natural hoarders. There's you've just accumulated too much, and even if you don't need it, but there's just this sense of scarcity that is there, that what will happen tomorrow if you were not to have whatever it may be. And as a result, I do know of few Sagittarians who literally have a back room which has I wouldn't call it a memorabilia, but you literally have junk in some form because it has memories, and there are old sewing machines, and then there is one table which nobody has used, and there's a carved frame. So the idea over here is to let go. The fear of amassing a lot and then wondering or then worrying even that you're not going to be having enough is something that you need to be dealing with, and you need to be removing the fear out of your life because of that. You may also if you allow Pluto to do its job well, Sagittarians, you can actually get rid of some deep psychological issues that could be there, provided of course that you're just willing to sort of go with the Pluto energy and say that okay, I'm willing to do this. Saturn is there in your own house for the next 2 years, and when Saturn transits the house of self and identity, you're likely to experience or sort of maybe a decrease in your confidence, as you're going to be confronting those areas of your persona that may not be genuine. Now, as you restructure these behaviors, you will find yourself coming across more introverted than usual, perhaps even serious to a certain extent. However, others are going to be looking at you as somebody who can really be relied upon, somebody who's patient, who's organized, and also someone who's extremely responsible. Now, while transit Saturn is there in your house on self, you will see exactly for who you are, and this is going to be helping you to be more realistic, and denial isn't something that you are going to be doing very well right now. And at start of the transit, you may see something important that is happening in your life for good or for bad, and you can spend the transit improving your confidence, Sagittarians. You often walk away from this transit feeling much more stronger from within, and there's going to be a sense of security from inside. So all the changes that are there, whether they are changes even as far as your body is concerned or your mind is concerned, you will find after the Saturn transit that there is a clearer perspective on yourself, on your dreams, your desires, your goals, and what it is that you want out of life. And if you haven't, however, been if you I wouldn't say behaving well, but if you have not been making an effort to bring about the changes in your life, or you could have been denying responsibility that is yours, it could be a challenging time for you. And often this because this entire Saturn energy has a very karmic effect around it, and this transit is an excellent time for starting something new. And but also because Saturn is there, it will be something that will be long term, and you'll be able to see the results eventually. It's not sort of nothing very quick that you'll think that, oh, if I were to invest in this thing, I'll get the money very quickly. Jupiter is there in your house of career for the first 9 months till September, and that's beautiful. So a lot of accolades, Sagittarians, a lot of recognition of work, and you're going to be feeling a sense of pride, and there's going to be a lot of success in even at workplace. Even your social status is going to be really increased, and you can do what you want in your career now with greater ease, and you should try and put yourself out there as much as you can, because the more you do it, the more you'll get. You could finally achieve a goal that you've been working hard towards now, and it doesn't seem as difficult as it has been. You can also create new goals for yourself during this time that are bigger and more daring that you would have previously other thought. And Jupiter is just going to be coming you. Jupiter is a planet of good fortune. He will just come and expand this entire house of opportunities, career, social standing for you. And from 10th of September, Jupiter is going to be moving into your house of friendships, and that is where the groups of people, and you are likely to be making newer friends in the latter part of the year, wherein either your social calendar is going to be full, or you're going to be making plans, traveling with your friends, maybe somewhere out of the country. You are also likely to be joining a new group. It can be either a spiritual group or an ideology or a philosophy group. It can also be something like a hobby club. Maybe you have friends who subscribe to similar beliefs, and you would sort of join that as well. It also has to do with a charitable group. It can be an NGO, and you could get associated with it. And whenever you think of the future, you will have now quite a positive attitude, Sagittarians, and it's really a time where you will be thinking that you have an opportunity to make your dreams come true, or at least get closer to making a dream come true. And you're going to be more open to things that are original, inventive, eccentric, and unique, and are willing to embrace your individuality. On March 9th, we have a solar eclipse that is there in Pisces, and this is happening in your own house, in your home. That's a space which you share with other people. It also rules your mother. Now, this particular part of your chart also has Neptune there for the next 7 years. So Pisces, it can be that you are so while home improvements are highlighted, you could be renovating, you could be redoing the interiors of the house, and you could be sort of cleaning up your house and just making a personal space. There is a lot of I think for a lot of you, you are going to be getting into a mode where you just want to clear the physical clutter as well. And a lovely time with family, bonding with friends, renewing relationships if you haven't been, that is spending much time with the family and opening up about your true feelings. Now, emotions may be deeper, and intimacy may be more desirable, along with a stronger group of supporters to help protect you when you're feeling vulnerable. Now, this entire phase also is, it's a good time to be buying a house, it's a good time to be leasing a house, and you want to keep busy, or you want to be kept busy in a flurry of activity, and making and working towards long-term goals is going to be just generally a very positive use of energy, something that you can do. Now, the solar eclipses, it's a new moon energy, so there are new opportunities. Maybe some of you will look for a you can be looking for a new house. It can be that you're moving into a new house, or you're making your house like I said, like a new place. It's renovating. And because this house also rules your mother, it can be that some of you are redoing your mother's house, or your mom could be coming and staying with you, and she could be spending some time with you as well. On March 23rd, we have a lunar eclipse in Libra, and this is happening in your house of friendships. And lunar eclipse energy is more about a full moon. It's more intense. It's about fruition. It's about completion. And this house really, because it rules your friends, it's about, it could bring about an end of something that you're working on with a friend, an argument or cutting ties. And it is also could elevate the relationship that you have with good friends. So it can be on both sides. On one side, you could be cutting off relationships, you'd be breaking ties, and on the other side, you could just be deepening the bonds more. It's a good time that you are advised to be going out to smaller one-on-one restaurants, spend some time with each other, and talk and laugh for hours. And material things may seem less important right now to you, with focus going towards your friendly relationships. If you just let go a little, Sagittarians, during this time, you will find that things happen with very less effort around you. Let the surrounding energy take good care of you, even if it is just a few hours. And for some of you, you could walk away from a group. Maybe it's been could be a group of friends. It can be maybe something that you've been subscribing to a long time. Maybe it's a philosophy or a spiritual group, and you will find yourself no longer relating to it, or maybe the group has done its purpose and you'll find yourself moving away. And during this entire lunar eclipse time in this particular house, you're going to be looking at how it is that your position is in the world, and how it is that you are perceived. And it can be that someone may require your help, Sagittarians, around this lunar eclipse time. or it can be that you're surrounded by many more people than you have been in quite some time, and you could it could be not really be overwhelming, but I think it can also be a realization that how few good friends you really have, despite being surrounded by this whole gamut of friends that are there. Now, Mars goes retrograde from April 18th to June 30th, and Mars goes retrograde every once in a couple of years for 80 days, and this is going to be in your first house, and then it will move into your house of behind the scenes and spirituality. Now, generally, the thumb rule for Mars retrograde is not to start anything new. It's not a wise time to be initiating a divorce process. It's not a great time to be going in for a surgery. It's not a great time to be buying any mechanical stuff, or even in this particular case, don't go in for a radical appearance change. Don't go and sort of just radically change your wardrobe or change your hairstyle, and just wait a bit till August before you start doing anything. So just don't focus too much on outside, focus on internal, focus on what is it that your soul wants, focus on what is it that makes you happy when you work. So figure all this out, more of internalization and less of externalization. May and October, we have a square between Saturn and Neptune, and Saturn and Neptune don't like each other because Saturn is all about structure, Neptune is all wishy-washy, and Saturn is also happens to be there in your own sign, and Neptune is there in the house of home. And things don't seem to be in harmony, they seem to be out of sync and out of balance, and friends and joint finances could dissolve around this time, Sagittarians. June and July, we have a beautiful trine. We have Jupiter and we have Pluto, and it's a beautiful aspect. There can be some fantastic news around money, and it can be that your career really takes up, and you could meet somebody from overseas, and a lot of focus on health and healing. We are ending the year, ending 2016 for you in December with a glorious trine between Uranus and Saturn, and you can expect some sudden good news or even unexpected growth as far as your finances are concerned, and even spiritual growth. So a lot of focus on wanting to be committed, yet wanting that freedom, looking at people, at experiences that are absolutely unconventional and exciting, and yet some way I would say striving to drive a balance between the outside you and the inside you. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Sagittarians. I'll see you soon, and thank you so much for watching.